Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, the controversy around this INEC server is something that is not going to go away anytime in a hurry, and the reason why is everybody knows that INEC has a server. We all know this. INEC appropriated a lot of money, tens and hundreds of billion for this server in the Nigerian budget. INEC trained staff on how to transmit data to this server. INEC also got volunteers to be trained on how to use this server in the build-up to the election. So INEC has a server. The electronic card reader, INEC showed how it is transmitted from the card reader to the server. So INEC has a server, and when the Atiku Abubakar team came out to say that they had information from the server to say that they won the election, the Buhari cabal quickly came out to say that they hacked into the INEC server. So with the Buhari cabal saying that Atiku's team hacked into the INEC server, that is implicit acknowledgement that INEC has a server, and INEC said nothing then to say that we don't have a server. So INEC has a server. It is only now that the Atiku team is now saying we want to interrogate this server that INEC suddenly are now saying that they do not have a server. So these electronic card readers that they are saying they are using to transmit election results to their central office, where's that election results being transmitted to? I mean, it's ridiculous. INEC has a server. So now, guys, that particular storyline is not going to go away, and people are very angry about this. So, guys, I bring you this. Atiku versus Buhari, INEC, Yakubu under fire over server issues. So, Atiku versus Buhari, INEC, Yakubu under fire over server issues. So that's the headline of this particular story. So now let's get into the body of it. A group, the Vanguard for Democracy, has accused the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC and its chairman Mahmood Yakubu of working for the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. The group, in a statement on Tuesday by Eze Ugo Akpe Nwokwa, was reacting to the claim by INEC that he had no server for the 2019 presidential and other elections. The group's statement reads, "It is very disheartening and shameful that the INEC chairman, Mahmood Yakubu, could stoop so low to deny the use of the INEC server in the collation and transmission of results for the 2019 elections. Even though there was money appropriated for this in the budget his establishment submitted to the National Assembly and funds for same released to INEC. An umpire who has been compromised, the INEC chairman has rubbished his so-called professorship and has ridiculed such appellation. This is a very dangerous partisan posturing that has the ability to push the country into widespread chaos. We ask that the INEC chairman resign immediately and that INEC ceases henceforth to act as an arm and agent of the ruling APC. Let all the actors in this sordid drama know that the citizens are not going to continue watching this horror movie for too long." After the election, the opposition PDP came out with an assertion that the result on the INEC server was manipulated to favor the incumbent president. Following that allegation from the opposition, the APC, through its spokespersons, called for the arrest of the opposition leaders for hiring hackers who planted fake results on the INEC server. So there you have it. So when like I said earlier in the opening preamble, when when PDP came out to say that they had results which they had garnered, which they had gleaned from the INEC server, to say that they won the election, the APC, rather than say INEC doesn't have a server, Mahmood Yakubu, rather than coming out to say they don't have a server, the clap back, the response, the retort was to say that, oh, they used hacker to hack into where? The INEC server. So this is what APC said at that time, that the PDP used hackers to hack into the INEC server. So INEC clearly, blatantly, and patently has a server. There's absolutely no way that they can say they do not have one, because they do have one. Okay, so let's carry on. How come all of a sudden the same INEC that did not counter the allegation by the APC, which is what I said earlier, against the opposition, has turned around to say no server was used for the 2019 elections, with all the video evidence of the fact that INEC server was used in the election? We as citizens are shocked and traumatized to hear the man who should be impartial in his duties as an umpire lie to the country that the server was not used for the election, but rather for experiment. So the 100 billion that they spent was only to experiment with the server, whether a server works or a server doesn't work. A server that they have been using for 50, 60 odd years in every other country in the world, but in Nigeria they have to experiment it to see whether it works or it doesn't work. And this guy, meanwhile, he had a 4-year build up to this election, which he then cancelled at the last minute and postponed part of the, and still they've not been able to rig it properly. So now let's carry on. With such unfortunate and disastrous lie, it goes to say that the money spent on training staff and volunteers on how to transmit results to the INEC server seems to have been wasted because of one man's unfortunate and unequaled penchant for partisan and dangerous attachment to a government that is willing to maim and kill its citizen for electoral victory, as seen and reported by local and international observers. So there you have it. So these people, they've trained people on how to use this server. We all saw them because they're always putting out these little details of how they are doing things, what progress they are making, and we all saw these little captions on how people were being recruited, on how this equipment were being used, or are going to be used rather. They showed us the equipment they are buying, the card reader, etc., all this sort of business. So there was a walkthrough of their processes all the way through the build up to the election, to say then this is how this thing will be done, and then the results will be transmitted via the card reader directly to the central pool, which will be the server in Abuja, which is then collated and then ordered and then announced. So this is what their processes are according to them. This is what they described to us. Now all of a sudden, because the Nigerian people have completely now turned against Buhari, we also in the build-up, in the campaigns, in the election, the whole of the Southwest turned against him. The whole of the Southwest were never for him anyway, and the whole of the North, they are now 50-50, because when they were all Buhari in the build-up to 2015, they thought it was a messiah, but now they have seen the 4 years of this guy, they know that he has nothing to offer. So the whole country effectively turned against him. So there was no way that they could really massively rig that election apart from this, because the confidence that they had in the rigging that they were going to do was immediately undermined by the response of the people to their campaign. This is why they delayed the election, to give them time to recalibrate their rigging plan. And that rigging plan is now just to announce some figures and say, okay, we've announced figures, we'll sack the Chief Justice, and whoever wants to go to hell can go to hell, and if you don't go to hell, we control all the apparatus anyway, we'll deal with you. And this is effectively what they are saying. They are now telling us they don't have a server. When we gave you money and you brought receipt that you have bought server, and you are doing training for people to transmit to server, and you are showing us how the thing will be transmitted to server, now that we want to interrogate the server, you say, there is no server. What do you mean? Don't be stupid. Anyway, let's carry on. Posterity would surely remember this man as the one who wittingly twisted the mandate of the masses through a desperately fibbing tongue and a manipulative mind. As the case continues at the Electoral Tribunal, the citizens are eagerly waiting and watching very closely to see what the judiciary that has also been intimidated into a willing tool in the hands of the executive will do. So effectively, no hope is how this article, this piece has been summed up, because if you reread that again, as the case continues at the Electoral Tribunal, the citizens are eagerly waiting and watching very closely to see what the judiciary, and this is the key bit, the judiciary that has also been intimidated into a willing tool in the hands of the executive will do. So the judiciary has already been intimidated into a willing tool, and the judiciary does not necessarily have to be intimidated into a willing tool, because the judiciary rather has been cleared, and the independent minds have been cleared and replaced by loyalists. So effectively, the loyalists will just effectively return the verdict that they have been sent there to return. So it's really not a matter of intimidation or not get removed. Tanko replaces him. What is the name of the other guy? Is it Malami or something? The Chief Justice, Buhari appointee, all the military chiefs appointees, the EFCC appointee, the Inspector General appointee. Everybody is an appointee of Buhari. So now, what other task? And they are all Northerners, by the way, Northerners and of the same religion. So what other task have they been set other than just to perpetuate him in power, irrespective of whatever anybody has to say? Buhari has never been a Democrat. We all know this. He doesn't believe in the concept of democracy. He's a coup plotter. We all know him for that. That is who he is. He's a totalitarian, authoritarian coup plotter, and he doesn't really care what the masses have to say, so long as he controls all the key structures that will help continue to perpetuate him in power. So this is really the going concern. So now the INEC server is no longer, it's been abracadabraed. There's a magician has disappeared it. The thing that was budgeted 100 billion odd for is no longer in existence. They brought receipt to say that we have bought it, but it no longer now exists, or it's just experimental now. So this is the goings on in Nigeria. It doesn't even have any sophistication, is really what upsets me the most. They are not even asking us to task our brain as to how they are rigging this thing. They are just rigging it in their crude, cack-handed manner and then telling us to go to hell. This is effectively the goings on. So conversations in the comment section is what I usually invite, and I'm inviting that again. But before you come join me in the comment section to have that conversation, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray, bell button, that way you are notified every time I drop a new video. Then come join me in the comment section, let me know what you're thinking. So I'll leave you here, meet you in the comment section, but here I say peace.